What would Reed have to do to step out of the shadows and get noticed? Succumb to Mom's matchmaking and settle down like the rest of his brothers and many of his college teammates? Not that he opposed the idea, but maybe it could wait until after he survived his first season as a coach. "Are you coming home for Thanksgiving?" Reed propped his elbows on his desk and gripped the telephone tighter. "No, we've got a game that week, and I'm needed here for practices." Just like every year he's played football in college. Why couldn't they remember that? Then again, as a player, he'd managed to drive an hour and make the expected appearance every year. "Too bad you live so far away. Your mother would be disappointed." Reed sighed. "Maybe you can come out here for a game sometime this fall." A knock on the open door distracted him from his dad's rambling excuses about the harvest, and he glanced up to see Cassie peeking into his office. A reason to end this awkward call. He motioned her to come inside the room. "Sorry, Dad, I've got a meeting with one of the staff and I need to go. I'll talk to you another time." A pained look crossed Cassie's face as he hung up the phone. "Did it bug you that I called you staff?" She shook her head. "No, I just wish I could talk to my father another time." He winced. Even with their strained relationship, he still loved his dad. She blinked as if to clear tears and then handed him a stapled set of papers from her stack. "Steve told me to bring this by. It's the academic eligibility report on Derek." His pulse raced as he took it and scanned the numbers, trying to make sense of them. "So he's eligible to play?" "Barely." That's a relief. His shoulders relaxed, even as his stomach clenched in delayed reaction. He'd almost lost one of his best players over something like grades, and hadn't even known there was an issue. There was so much more to coaching than he'd ever imagined. Cassie growled. That was Derek's reaction, too. He didn't even seem to care that, unless he gets his act together, this might be the end for him. "That's what we have academic advisors for. With you to help him." "Help?" Cassie narrowed her eyes. "What exactly do you mean? Surely you aren't implying that I do his work for him." Reed glanced away, recalling a few tutors who had done just that for his teammates. Not to mention the persistent redhead he'd been paired with for an economics project. He had been tempted to let her do the bulk of the work. "Just so we're clear," Cassie braced her hands on his desk and leaned forward. "As I understand it, my job is to oversee study sessions and to arrange for tutors when needed. What Derek does or does not do with that opportunity is out of my hands. He's a grown man and should face the consequences of his choices." What was it about this small woman that made him feel like a boy on the receiving end of a parental lecture? The unusual experience left Reed speechless. "If you spend as much time instilling a work ethic into your players as you do tossing a ball around, then—" Cassie's words faded into background noise. He'd heard this plenty of times, that players should spend more time studying than on the practice field. Usually spoken by a know-it-all who had no idea what it took to win. Reed stared across his desk at the feisty woman as she rambled on. She was cute, he'd give her that, but annoying. Probably kept her nose in a book because she couldn't do anything else. Fed up with her well-meaning lecture, Reed rumbled out a sigh. "Thank you for letting me know about Derek. Maybe he could give her a taste of her own medicine."